Good day, children. Today we will do the poem Imagination by Bernard Shaw. Now, this is a poem where the poet is telling us about the imagination of a small child. He's telling us, like when we are small, we imagine so many things, but as we grow older, all our childness comes to an end and we become serious, right? One more point that the author tells us here is that books are the door to our imagination. When you read books, you can live 100 lives. A book has different characters, and you can imagine yourself in any character that you like. So let us go into the poem. I used to play a pirate and sail the seven seas. Then I was a cowboy. The simple things did me please. Now, the author is saying that once he read a book on pirates. Who are pirates? Samundri Daku. Pirates are Samundri Daku, a person who attacks the ship and robs them. Right? I think most of you are aware of the movie The Pirates of the Caribbean Sea. So you can get a picture of that, okay? And he's saying that when I read the book on pirates, it felt that I have myself crossed the seven seas, the oceans, Saat Samandar, okay? Then sometimes he felt that he was a cowboy. Now cowboy, you have to imagine a person who's wearing a hat, riding a horse, taking care of the horses. You know, you have seen them in movies. And you know what? When he used to imagine that he was a pirate or a cowboy, the simple things used to please him a lot and he used to feel so happy. Okay, in his childhood, these imaginations used to make him very, very happy. I had a vivid imagination. Adventure was always on my mind. He had a very clear imagination and huge imagination. He used to keep on imagining about adventures. Whenever he used to read books, he used to imagine the adventures and he used to think that he is in that adventure. I discovered the joys of reading and escaped the daily grind. And when he began to read book, he began to realize, he began to know that reading is so interesting. So many things you cannot do in your life. So many things you cannot experience in your life, right? But when you read the book, you get to become so knowledgeable, your adventures, you can fulfill all your dreams in your imaginations by reading the book. And he used to like reading so much that he used to forget all his work. The daily grind means the daily work. He used to forget. He used to get deep into the book and keep on imagining. Right? Next, what did he imagine? Once I lived with the Eskimos in the land of ice and snow. Now, Eskimos are people who live in the snowland where there is a lot of snow and ice all around. They wear furry clothes, woolen clothes, very thick clothes, okay? And they mostly live in igloos. Igloos are snow huts, okay? So you can see the picture. And what did he imagine? That in that Iceland, in the place full of ice and snow, he was hunting and fishing. And his fantasy was glowing, means his imagination was all rising high. It was a beautiful imagination, okay? So he's imagining so many things. Now once he came across a book of Jules Verne. Now Jules Verne is an author who writes on science fiction, okay? So this boy once read a book of Jules Verne and he imagined that he has gone to the moon. It was virtual round of the moon, okay? Virtual means imagination. झूठ मूठ का ऐसे ही वो घूम के चले आए moon, okay? You have to think it that way. So while reading the book was on the moon. So while reading that book, he felt that he himself is on the moon. Okay? Then I spent time in the forests of Africa with Dr. Livingstone as my guide. Now once he was reading a book by Dr. Livingstone. Now this he is an explorer. Okay, he wants to Dr. Livingstone explores the forest. He likes discovering new things. He wants to go to different places. So when when the poet read about his book, he felt that he was in the forest of Africa. Then once he felt that he was in America. Why? Because he read a book by Huckleberry Finn. So when he was reading that book, he felt that he was in America. So he's imagining. He's not actually in America, he's not actually in Africa, neither is he in the moon. But when he's reading the books, he's feeling that way, he's experiencing that way. In my world of fantasy and imagination, I performed such wonderful deeds. Hero of all the nations, I was the one that did succeed. Now, in his fantasy and imagination, Kalpanik Dunya, he was a hero. He did all great things. He could fight with the villains, he could fight with the enemies, and always he was the winner. He was like a brave person of the nation, hero of the nation, okay? And always he was the winner. In imagination, you don't want to lose, right? In life, sometimes you fail. But in your imagination, you don't want to fail. You are always the winner, the achiever, the successor. So you always succeed. Now, there is a twist in the life. They grow up. We all grow up, right? When we are young, we can imagine so many things. Now, then I grow up, my childish world at an end. I had become serious. It nearly drove me around the bed. Now he's saying, now once I have grown up, we have become big. We have responsibilities in life, we have duties, we have to study more, we have to look for a job, right? So all that fun, all that imaginations, all that reading books has gone away. And when he thinks of that he has become serious, now nothing more much is left in life, always working, thinking, responsibilities, it drives me round the bend, means he becomes very angry, he becomes mad, chidchida. But I still do like the mysterious. This is a message I am trying to send. Now the poet is saying, but still I like to discover new things. Mysterious means something that is hidden, we don't know, chupa hua, raj, okay, some secret. So he says that how can we get into all that? Through the books. So this is the message of the story, that you should keep on reading books. You cannot go every place every time, right? But the books are the key to large worlds where you can imagine, where you can go. So he's saying that even when you grow up, have that curiosity to find new things, and that is by reading books. Okay, I hope you enjoyed it.